It's online. It's kind of like a webcomic, but at the same time, like you have to solve puzzles and like
Oh,
do stuff for it to progress. As far as
that
I know.
sounds interesting.
Yeah,
Like, so it's like puzzles, or is it like a story?
both. Yep.
Okay, we're in the game, and apparently Goblin realizing we are too, with an oh derogative. That was fast. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. Playing for Infinity Gaming. It's Goblin.
And in the bottom right.
Denver had some.
He has some thoughts. It's Denver from Infinity Gaming. He's red, he's French, and he's Zerg. Alright, CVP. I'm stoked for this one. Love this matchup more than anything else. Every unit is viable in this matchup, and you will see it at some time or another. Probe comes in for the scout because Protoss is the best race right now for worker scouting. Because they have to, but also everyone should do it. Just listen to Falcon, everybody, and just worker scout. It doesn't hurt you that much, I promise. The number of games you have lost because and solely because you worker scouted is 0. Guaranteed.
Yes. Yes. You've lost more games that you haven't scouted because you haven't scouted than because you lost out a couple of minerals from not scouting. Just do it.
Correct.
Listen to
Just
him.
do it.
Listen
Do
to
it.
the man.
Do it. Alright, so where are we? One gate expands, Cybercore coming up next, second gas on the way, last pylon here. Very boring opening, standard opening from Goblin, but now it gets interesting. Goblin is a guy who loves his carriers, especially against Zerg. I've seen him a carrier build like this. He gets 3 bases up, he knows how to hold off Zerg advance. Suddenly, guy toss. And he's very comfortable with. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him take his 3rd and 4th gases here very soon. Try to establish a 3rd base and just be very, very passive here. And Denver try to shut him down. Nidus Worms can be a way to disrupt this, I've seen. We'll see if Denver knows what he's dealing with. I have to imagine Denver has played against Goblin at least 5 or 6 or 20 times.
Since they are teammates, yeah.
And they're teammates, so yeah, even more so. So I don't know if you can actually pull this off against Denver. We'll see. We'll see if Denver's ready for it.
Denver is a very, very good Zerg player. Very, very good.
Yeah, I like him a lot. And it's a robo facility opening, so after all that talk of carriers, not right now at least.
Oh, look at this though. Lings just run on in here for Denver. Sometimes
scout.
Protoss neglect their walls a little bit.
Free scout, free scout.
Those 2 Lings do go down, but they did spot the fact that there's a Twilight and a Robo on the way. That means that Denver can cut Spore Crawlers. He doesn't need to rush those as quick as possible. And it is a Prism on the way for Goblin. What's he going to use
Is he
it for?
doing the Zealot all in? Look at this. Goes,
Oh.
There's charge. There it is. Yep. Same build we just saw not a couple hours ago here. It's going to be a Charge Lot War Prism all in with Immortal support. Let's see how Denver handles it, because Beastie QT did not handle it previously.
No, he was busy making Swarm Host.
Yeah, definitely. Dark Terabus in chat says he's going to put his bet on Goblin. Niklos is cheering for Denver.
Go, 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 Denver. Go, 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 Goblin. I feel like Denver's going to take it.
Okay, he has to hold this, though, and it's not easy to do.
It is not. 2 Immortals and a ton of Zealots. The Immortals just slaughter roaches, and the Zealots just buffer and deal so much damage. And there's the pylon. There's the pylon in the wall. That is international Protoss for I've got one focus. And that focus is trying to kill you here.
Yes. All right, the roaches are out. They are pumping. They need to set themselves in mineral lines. between the buildings and hatcheries. If they're out in the open, they'll get surrounded and they will die. So here goes nothing. Tons of gateways. Here comes the warp in. 6 charge slots in at the same time here.
Oh,
now,
man.
the addition of the Immortals means the Roaches are actually a little bit in danger here. I kind of love this build.
This build used to be done without the Immortals, but these Immortals are already slaughtering Roaches. Denver's trying to get out everything he can. Lings are popping out to buffer. Drones have to be pulled right now. They might want to be a mineral walk in there to get some face value, but for now, drones are falling. Roaches doing the best they can. Goblin, he's warped in around the Zealots. Denver's wearing thin. And if more Zealots are warped in, this is going to look pretty bad for the Zerg player.
The Immortals are just destroying the Roaches as soon as they pop out. And that's it! GG! What do you even do against that? That's amazing.
I don't know. Maybe
if the Immortals are controlled properly and they're focusing down Roaches instead of trying to kill Lings or something, the Roaches die immediately. The Zealots handle with ease. You don't have time to get Roaches and Banelings, and I don't even know if Banelings are the right idea. I don't know. Twitch chat, GM Twitch chat, help us out. How do we do this?
Maybe you need more Lings or something? Ravagers?
But the Lings die so fast with the charge lots. I've tried holding this with +1 Lings, where I had like quadruple the number of the Zealots that were out there, and they still died. Charge hits Lings so hard.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Immortal variant.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Immortals are just the ultimate counter to Roach.
And Roaches are what Zerg usually relies on to hold that sort of stuff, right?
Exactly. You need Roaches to deal with the charge lots. That's what I'm saying. That's why my instant response after the game was over was, what do you do? Maybe cut more workers, maybe more Roaches. Maybe just try to get the Lings to wrap around on the Immortals, but the Warp Prism's there to juggle. What the heck is Denver doing? Denver is playing Twitch Cop here. Ace doesn't have a slot and he cast game 1. Don't self-identify, man. Never raise your hand steadfast.
At least there's honor here.
That's true. He left himself. He didn't get kicked.
Pizza Ace. Gotta get him into the lobby.
Sure do. Pizza Ace. Nicholas was cheering for France in particular. That did not go well for you, Nicholas. I'm sorry. Apologize profusely. Alright, man. Here we go. I almost want Goblin to do it again. Just see if Denver can hold it. If he didn't scout it properly and he knows how to hold it. He just didn't this time. I just want to see how you do it.
Have you been paying attention or hearing at all of there's sort of a rivalry going on between Soul and Goblin?
Yeah, there are some stories about that.
Or Soul and Denver, pardon me. They did a show match yesterday.
Okay.
And they've played each other a lot, and there's been talk and chat. I want those two to meet in this tournament.
I'd cast it. That sounds great.
Anyway, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, it's Denver, the Red Zerg.
And spotting in the bottom right, he has a big bag of tricks. He is Goblin.
I mean, that build was just lethal.
It's brutal.
The
thing is, it's fairly well executed even by lower level players, because I've seen it too, and the timings are pretty similar. It's just step, 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 warp in, go. And it's really, really hard to hold off as a Diamond 2 player.
I might need to look into doing that build, because I have a tough time versus Zerg and PvZ.
Yeah, it's easy to execute. I mean, you just build the buildings in the correct order, you get charged, you get a Warp Prism, you make 2 Immortals, you come across the map, you warp in a ton of Zealots, and you go. It's amazing. And the thing is, it's not even necessarily an all-in, because it does give you 2 base, and it does allow you to saturate your natural pretty well at the same time. It's just a really, really, really powerful thing. So keep an eye on this. I mean, you can't tell what it is at this point. Goblin's going for a Cybercore, but that could be any number of builds for sure. And Goblin or Denver not really switching it up either here. That's a Hatgas pool play.
Yeah, you can't really blame Zerg for doing that, so we'll see. Yeah, until we see that build get completely shut down, I don't know. It's hard to gauge the strength of it, in a sense, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm sure at some point we'll see a Zerg who will deal with it properly and shut it down, but that does seem like a very strong build.
Yep, it seems really strong right up until like the highest levels, because you never see it up there. Like you just don't. You don't see. I mean, Showtime's not throwing it out, right? You don't see. Stats never does it either. So.
I didn't watch Classic versus Dark in the GSL. That went to Game 7. I wonder if Classic tried it in that series. Because he's a Protoss who will do things like that. He was the one who I originally saw the Zealot variant from, just without the Immortals.
That was him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one who really popularized it. We'll see. Is Goblin going for this again? So it looks like Lings. This is 8 Lings getting on in here.
Yeah, maybe early Ling pressure. Because again, it's a pretty greedy opening. It's 30 to 18 workers right now.
Oh.
They got the pylon.
Oh man, they did. And is that a solid wall? Yes, that is a solid wall behind it. So that's very important. But yeah, Denver, he's had enough. He is just making a lot of Lings right now. This is going to be repowered, but there's nothing else coming out here for the Protoss player to hold on. He needs to be starting out another Adept or something immediately.
I think he'll be okay. There's not a lot of Lings here. Stalker Adept can push it off, and they do.
Yeah, but this is a lot of... Denver's going for it, man. 14 more on the way, 26 out at the moment. This one, Adept, has a lot of work to go on. The Cyber Core going to be the first target, so no Warp Gate. Adepts need to be queued up immediately, I think, for Goblin or something, because these Lings are coming, and they're coming quick.
He's not saving that Cyber Core, I can tell you that much. The rest of the stuff might live, but Warp Gate gets denied. Second gateway going down. Second wall is up. More Lings on the way for Denver. He has no
Baneling Nest being added, too.
Could be good. Sentry being built isn't going to get out in time. It will. Second gateway goes down. Immortals, I mean, sure, I guess, but the Lings are inside the house. Ish. They're close. The secondary wall is here. The force fields are up.
This wall.
Shield battery is up too. That's really, really important here too. And I think Goblin's held. I mean, it's really scary. I get that, but shield battery, Immortal, Sentry, Adept, pretty fantastic stuff. Denver has no way to get in. Maybe if he can make some Banelings here, he's going to make it happen, but...
Look at this wall!
It's really crazy.
Oh, what a wall! But Goblin has held.
Yeah, I think Goblin's fine.
Banelings are on the way, though, so he might not have held? I don't know. Look, there's more wall going up here. This is actually very important for Goblin, since Banelings are coming on in. It's going to take at least 2 rounds to crash in here. Oh, the 2 Immortals are moving out. They may be able to snipe some of these Banes. That would be huge for Goblin.
Yeah, they sure can.
Oh,
gosh. Oh, gosh.
That is huge.
Oh, gosh. The Banelings are done. You just pick up. Prism is a good unit, turns out. Such a good unit.
Just landing on top of the Banes. They don't give a darn, but yeah, Goblin on 2 bases. Pretty much doubling the worker count of Denver. He's got these Immortals in a Prism. There's no tech for Denver. And unless he can get on in, he's going to be in a world of trouble right now.
Let me in. Red Rider BB Gun with the resub.
Yeah, thank you very much for the resub, Red Rider BB Gun. Right now, this wall is just getting broken here. The shield battery is putting out all they can. The Lings have so much surface area. They are breaking buildings left and right. Mainly pylons taking the brunt of it. For now, the Lings haven't got in just yet. They're trying to break down everything so far, though. Looks like
on the other side of the map, Goblin getting some stuff done with the Immortals, too. But yeah, 44 to 30 workers, 2 base to 2 base. Queen gets focused down. With the Warp Prism Micro, doesn't lose an Immortal in the process. No big deal.
More Banelings are being morphed for Denver, so he's going to be giving it another go. The wall has been thinned out. The Lings are going to try and crash the gates once more now. Goblin has Warp Gate, though, so he's able to just quickly reinforce it, so he's got a good number of sentries. This isn't getting better for Denver yet. Double DTs see it through.